Hello and welcome back to Butcher Model, and the first part of our Volkswagen Beach Buggy Chameleon paint job. Now, don't be like Dave. Dave's an idiot. I hadn't realised when I did the video of this at the end of the dog meat video, I hadn't noticed the bumper, the crash bar, had come unclipped, and it literally just clips in, just slides in. Don't be like Dave. Dave's an idiot. So, how are we going to do this? How are we going to achieve a paint job like that? Really, really simple. Just using a product called Chameleon nail powder. Not bad, is it? Very simple to do. Right then, so should we crack on? Right, what do we get in the box? It's not a big kit at all. That's it. It's not a big kit, but it's a fun kit. In the bag. Sounds very rattly. It's rolling about. Something's rolling about in there. Oh, it's the windscreen. Oh no, alright, it's not damaged it. It's not damaged. A lot of flash on it though. Clean up required on that. Clean up on R4. Right, so what do we get? We get the engine and the wheels. And crash bars and roll cage. Steering wheel and lights. A very strange plastic. That looks, it's a really strange plastic. The rubber tyres. The frame that the windscreen should have been on, and then we get the two seats. These four things here, these four rings, they're not used. We've got the two seats, the body, and the chassis. So, should we get on? First thing we need to do is, same as always, is cleaning these bits up. Turn off the spruce, doing some sanding. Just put that up there out of the way, somewhere safe. What we get in the instructions, what it's telling us to do. Couple of the sneeze coming off. Oh, there we go. Yeah. And then. So after we clean it up, we do the engine, paint the seats. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? It's not a technical build at all, this one. It'll just be fun. It'll be a nice fun little build today. Now, I got this one, I got the paint for this one. It was a Ravell starter set, and a very strange brush, double-ended. It's got bristles on either end. Strange. It's not a bad little brush. I had to play with it earlier. Right, and then there must be, there's my decals. So I'll put them up there with the glassing parts, and then we'll start clipping all this off and cleaning it all up. Now, be careful. Oh, there's a white balance. These two clips are clips. Don't clip them off. Okay, you need those. They clip into those two squares there. So, take all these off. And get down to all the sanding in the world. So, I'll do that. You don't sit here watching me clip things and sand things. That would be boring. So, I'll see you in a minute. Because, you know what it is. Time machine. Time machine. Right, I've gone ahead, cleaned all mine up and undercoated it. And the next thing we want to do is we want to paint everything gloss black. Apart from the little circle on top of the engine. Right. That's a beige colour. Now, if you've been following on with the builds that we've done so far, we did HMS Victory. And to save you messing about, the yellow ochre, it's such a small thing we're going to paint in it. You don't need to go out and buy some, we've got some already. Okay, so gloss black. That's the brush that comes with the kit. If you buy the starter set one with the paints, you get the 3 paints: a black, a green, and a gold. And the thing with the gold is you mix it 90% green, 10% gold to give it that metal flake effect they show you in the picture. But we're not doing that. You can if you want. It's entirely up to you. Right, so let's just crack on and start painting everything black. Now I've thinned my paint already. In my pot I use the old brand new pot Tamiya X20 thinners up to the line, and that's perfect. The brush paint in and it's perfect for putting through my 0.3 needle on my Iota airbrush, which is something which it's birthday or Christmas coming up, and somebody asks you what would you like if you're seriously thinking about getting into the hobby and you can afford it. Get an airbrush for Christmas if you can. If you can't, don't worry, you'll get one day. The biggest tip I can give you with airbrushes is the mistake I made. Don't be like Dave. Dave's an idiot. I went through stages of buying cheap Chinese knockoff airbrushes off the internet. And some of the compressors, don't get me wrong, some of the compressors are fantastic. The airbrushes, it's very, very hit and miss. You may get a good one. 95% of the times you'll get a pants one. And what I'd spent on cheap, nasty knockoff airbrushes over a period of time, I could have saved up and got myself a decent one. So that would be my advice to you. When you want to buy an airbrush, if you think you're ready for airbrushing and you can afford to buy one, buy the best you can afford. Please don't fall into the trap like I did, because Dave's an idiot, of buying cheap Chinese knockoff airbrushes. If you are extremely lucky, now I've got a friend of mine, Andrew Sutherland, who was extremely lucky and he got a very good one, and he's been using it for years and loves it. I've had 4 and they've all been, they worked, they do work, but the quality of finish you get with them is nowhere near as good as the quality of finish you get with a proper airbrush from Iota or from Badger or UMP. Apparently do a very, very good one. I'm not sure what it is actually, but I just know I've heard very good reports. The UMP stuff, Ultimate Modelling Products, very, very good stuff. I'm sure if somebody from UMP is watching this, I'll put a little comment in the bottom as to what the airbrush is they actually sell. Mine's a Iota Revolution CR that I was actually given, very kindly given, by a gentleman called Neil Harris, and I shall be eternally grateful for Neil for that. It's a fantastic bit of kit. Right, you don't want to see it watching me paint things black, do you? Most of it off camera because I'm an idiot. So we'll give this a pause. I'll get on and paint all this black, and I'll see you when it's dried, and I'll show you a really good car making tip. Now this isn't really the car to do it on because it's a beach buggy, but it will work for any model car kit that you're doing, apart from rally cars. I'm going to show you how to make realistic carpets for cars. Now I know a beach buggy wouldn't have carpets, it just have a bare painted metal floor, so it'd be easy to clean out. But just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to carpet mine, just to show you how easy and simple and fantastic the result is when you use enamel paint and fine charcoal coloured flock. It's a great trick. It looks beautiful, this stuff. Right then, so I'll see you in a minute, in a second. It's a time machine. Time machine. Right, while all that's drying, what could you be doing? Well, you could be starting on doing a little diorama for it. Now, I'm going to use one of our 2 for £1 frames from the pound shop. It's under there. It's in the stash under there, under the bench. For those of you that haven't seen the Velociraptor diorama we did, the last one? Yeah, the last one we did. I'll show you how to make very respectable looking palm trees. This one's halfway built. I'm going to show you how to finish that off in a minute. So, how do we do it? Really, really simple. Honestly, it's so simple and they look fantastic. Is depending on what size leaves you want to make, that one is the big one. So we'll use that. You want ordinary, plain masking tape, and there goes the ice cream man. They've obviously sold out of ice cream because they're playing the music. But that's what I tell my kids and they got pissed for. And some garden wire, soft garden wire. I got this from Wilkinson's, cost £1.25, and that will last me months and months and months. You want a kebab stick. Same again, I got these from the pound shop. A whole bag of them at the start of the summer in their barbecue range. Spookily enough, they were £1. I think it was about 200 for £1. Can't go on. So what you want to do is, first thing you want to do is get your cocktail stick and get your wire. Start at one end and wrap it round. Just rotate, wrap it round, and then cover it in your masking tape and some PVA glue, watered down PVA glue. So you're making like a paper mache. Paint it brown, and you end up with your trunk. It's like true Blue Peter style. Here's one I heard earlier. Then you want to get yourself your masking tape, about a 2-inch strip of the wire, and a pair of skizzers. And literally, all you're doing, it's not a really nice straight edge on that, is cut off a piece of masking tape about 4 inches, 3.5, 4 inches long. Your wire, place it in the middle, and then fold your masking tape over, and really work it into the metal, where the metal is, where the wire is. Right, and then simple as anything, cut out the shape of a leaf. And alright, so a couple of half oval shapes, end up with something like that, and then simply come out with the scissors and trim it and trim it and trim it, and then you want loads of slits, loads and loads of slits, so about 1 millimetre ish, and go to virtually all the way to the wire. Same on the other side. Trim it up, go all the way up to the wire. Then what you want to do, you want to paint it green, right, and then bend it, and there you have palm leaf. Simple, really, really simple. The next thing you want to do is, once it's dry, you paint the green, it's dry, get your trunk, get some Daz air clay, and form it into the shape of a pear. Turn it upside down, so you've got the skinny bit at the top, and push it on. Get your leaves, poke them in the clay while it's wet, while it's still wet. You want about, on this sort of 3, I think I'll put about a dozen on each one. And then you'll end up with something that looks like that. And that is going to sit on our diorama with our buggy parked underneath it. So when you look at it like that, it looks like it's sat on a beach, at the side of a beach, you know, in Malibu somewhere. Because that's what you'd find in a minute, you know. So really simple though. The next thing we're going to do with this, we're going to make it look even more realistic. Right, so move this light out of the way. Once it's all dry like that and you're happy with it, the next thing you want to do, now then, I'll give you a word of warning now. Something I discovered at my peril. The coconut fibre matting that we bought from the pound shop, the ones that line the hanging baskets. Don't get it on your clothes. This stuff's murder. You get it in your clothes and the fibre sticks through the material in your clothes. It's like itching powder. You end up, I thought I had nits. I was scratching on the mat the other day when we use this. It's lethal, this stuff, when you get it on yourself. Don't get it on yourself. It's safe. It's just like itching powder. It's horrible. So, we'll put some paper down. What we're going to do now, if you look underneath the palm tree, all this area here, oh, that's fallen off. All this area here is where all the dead leaves have fallen down. And you get like a frond, like a skirt, like a brown grass skirt hanging down underneath them. So all we're going to do to make it look like that is we're just going to get our dirty old filthy, or my dirty old filthy paint palette, some PVA glue. I'm actually doing something on camera, aren't I? Blimey. No, don't pass out, don't faint. Dave's doing something on camera, blimey. It won't last, it really won't. Right then, so get with PVA glue and literally underneath it, just coat it with PVA. And we're going to get our cocoa fibre, and we're literally going to sprinkle it all over it. Just give it do it on camera, Dave. See, I said it won't last. On camera. Right, so we'll just sprinkle it. Tap it off. At least falling off again. There's the glue in place later. If that happens, don't panic. Glue in place. Right then, so how's that look now? So we'll put a bit more on there. Get it in there. Some other bits in there. Lots of fibre hanging down. Right, I quite like that. And that's dried. Now then, what you want to do now is you want to put that somewhere, bomb-proof shelter, safe, somewhere where you're not going to get them fibres anywhere near you until they're dried and stuck on there. Honestly, it's so itchy, it's horrible. So let's put that in the spray booth out of the way and dry off. So I'm off camera again now. I'm just sticking that in there. Right then, so we'll do the next one. Actually, slap on the PVA. As old Ted would say, slap it on. Now poor Ted, skip a Ted. It's not been very well. He had a stroke a couple of years ago. A couple of weeks ago. And he's fine. He's all right. He's recovering. So, if you watch this, Ted, get well soon, mate. Take it easy. Don't rush. Rome wasn't built in a day, mate. We'll all be here for him when you get back. Go and have a look at the. You get a chance. When you're on a holiday, don't do it in a school day. Because on a Monday night, E-Models do a live stream on YouTube. And Ted, when he's better, will be back on there. A wonderful, wonderful guy is Ted. Meet a nicer bloke. So from us all, our love, Ted, and our best wishes, mate. So there's our second coconut tree, palm tree. Right, so that's going to go with that one. Some sort of lock safe in a bomb-proof shelter. I can't get affected by itchiness. seriously guys, keep it off you. It's perfectly safe. It's not going to give you lung disease or some nasty cancer or anything like that. It's just like blooming itching powder. It's horrible. Right, stick that under there. So, what can we do now? Absolutely nothing now, because we're still waiting for stuff to dry. Is that dry yet? Is that dry off yet? Yeah. Right then, I was going to show you a little secret, wasn't I? A little technique. Another piece of the newspaper. Right then, where put it? Oh, there it is. This is Humboldt enamel paint. Now, enamel paints aren't like acrylic paints. They're not water-based, they're oil-based. Or solvent-based, really. Oh, they're solvent-based. They take about 8 hours to dry, whereas your acrylic paint will be dry anything from 20 minutes to an hour. Not cured, but dry. So, let's just open this up. Back into my tweezers. These pots are quite friendly ones. And unless you've got solvent-based thinners, find a manky old bush, which pretty much means any of mine. Manky old bush, and you want some of this. This is fine flock, charcoal coloured fine flock. And all you're going to do is where the carpet is, paint it with this stuff. And what this will do is this will act just like carpet glue for the fibres. Carpet fibres. It's all clever stuff, see. Now I don't know how far. I don't go that far back. It only goes far as if you carpet in it. There's 2 squares with round holes in. That's where the roll bar, the roll cage, goes behind the driver's and the passenger seat. Okay, just go to there because the body sits on top of that. And I've just painted my hand. Don't be like Dave. What's Dave? Yeah, Dave's an idiot. Right, so we've got some of our glossy paint on there. And all we want to do, simplest way of doing it, if it fits in the jar, put it in the jar, cover it in flock. I'm so lazy. And there we have the carpet. How simple is that? So easy to do, really, really effective, and it does look good. So we'll just leave that to dry now. Now that's going to take a fair while to dry, but we're not going to be working on that bit next. We're going to be working on this bit when it's dry. So I'll see you in a bit when that's dry, and then we'll get on with our in the little drawer that says nail powder. Quickly enough. And then we'll get on with putting our magic nail powder on it. So I'll see you in a bit, in a second, in a moment. It's time machine. Ooh, time machine. Right, we're back in the room. What we're going to do now is, this has had time to dry, but it's not cured. All right, it's been a couple of hours. It's touch dry, but it's not properly cured. So this is where you have to be quite careful. You don't want to put too much pressure on this bit. Now this is a lady's makeup applicator, just a bit of foam, a plastic stick. I'm just going to use one of these, and what you're going to do is get some on it, and then very gently start to rub it on. Don't put a lot of pressure on. You don't want to break the surface, the skin of the paint, but you want the paint to be a little tiny bit tacky for it to grip the powder. So it's quite a delicate balance I'm trying to get to. It's really simple, just don't attack it. Don't put huge amounts of pressure on it. Just rub it in little circles. Get it all covered. in the nail powder. A tiny bit of this goes a long way. It's a good job because you only get 5 grams, you only get a tiny bit. But it lasts for a long time. I've done 2 kits with this already. I've done one of these and I did that 1950 Chevy Impala with this stuff. Good fun. It's a really neat effect and it's not expensive to do. But basically all you're doing, just gently rub it in. And then what you'll find, I'll give you that effect between greens and purples in a bit. Now where you don't want to go is on the underside. There's 2 bits that stick down. You want to leave those black. Into the dashboard. You can do the inside of the bits that stick down, but don't do the outside, leave them black. Now, just work it in, just gently keep rubbing it, keep working it. Now, try not to get too much on the back seats. Doesn't matter if you do, but we're going to go over that again when all this is dry, just to clean it up, paint it black again where the seat pads are. And they're getting that wheel arch, centre bit, and you just rub it on. Already now I can see that's the effect where it's changing from purple to green, just slightly at the moment. Just want to make sure you haven't missed any areas. You don't want any black patchy areas because it would look silly. And just work it, just rub it. It's boring, isn't it, watching me do this? It's good fun though when you're doing it. I'm giving my secrets away now doing this on here, aren't I? Mum making boom up when I did this for the first time, putting the pictures on, I was going, oh wow, how'd you do that? It's a secret. This is a secret, guys. Chameleon nail powder. From eBay. It's worth experimenting with a cheap kit like this, isn't it? Trying different things. Find a new thing. It's part of the hobby, it's part of the fun of it. It's what I find enjoyable. It's not when I did the trees, came up with the idea. I watched people doing it and they were making templates with paper and printing it off and using paint shop and then gluing 2 bits of paper together with a bit of white between. I thought, why do that? Why not just use ordinary masking tape that you can paint that's sticky? Save yourself all that hassle, all that time. Right, so you see how that's starting to start doing the green effect as well now? How cool is that? for like £1.95 for a pot of nail powder and black gloss paint, and that's all it is. Right then, I'm going to leave that to dry now, and then what I'll do off camera in between this episode and our next episode, when I'm going to put it all together, is I'm just going to paint these bits silver. You don't want to sit and watch me painting silver, do you? Boring. Watch your paint dry. You don't want to do it. Right, so that's how we do the effect of chameleon nail powder. So I'll see you in our next episode when we put it all together. Play any PlayStation, play any Xbox, play any PC, have fun, do stuff around the job. Help your mum around the house as well. It's summer holidays at the moment, it is. Do the washing up tonight. Don't tell her. Just when you finish, go and do it. Surprise her. You'll be surprised at the reaction you'll get. Help your mum out around the house. But go out as well. Get out in the sunshine. Meet new people. Have an adventure. Always tell somebody where you're going and what time you're going to be home. Time machine.